Listen. So, y'all, our next guest has worked with nearly 50 NBA, NFL, WNBA, EuroLeague, and other overseas players for over a decade. Because of her personal experience as a former professional athlete and her business acumen, she understands the critical preparation and development that today's athletes need to capitalize off their time in the lights. Y'all, please help me welcome Miss Tywanna Smith. Yes. Yes, beautiful. Mwah. Mwah. Yes, thank you so much. Please, have a seat. Woo. Miss Tywanna Smith.
Yes.
You are stunning. You are tall. You are elegant.
Thank you.
You are powerful.
Likewise, Queen.
Thank you so much. So your statement says that you help athletes win outside the lines.
Yes.
And then you go on to say by changing their thinking so that they need to change their thinking so that they can change the game.
Absolutely.
Is that how it goes? So let's jump into what you have done, where you have been, and where you are now. So you help athletes win inside and outside the lines. You help them change their thinking so that they can change the game. And first I want to talk about overseas. You played overseas.
I did.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Incredible experience. I always share that if people get an opportunity to just travel outside of the United States, it will transform their entire perspective on life. But I did. I played 2 years in Europe. I played in Holland.
That's amazing.
And I played in Spain.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Beautiful countries. It was great to live my dream and to be paid doing it.
Yes.
That's part.
Okay,
that part.
that's the part, right?
That part. But it was an even more amazing experience to live in another culture. So.
And what was it like for you living overseas? I know that you enjoyed being in a different culture, you know, at someone else's expense, but then there's more that goes to it. There's the difference in language. There's a difference in the culture. What's the difficulty playing overseas versus being here in the United States?
Yes. It's a wonderful experience, as you state, but it's very, very difficult to be away from home for an extended period of time. Culture shock. You are dealing with different foods, language barriers, and trying to communicate with people and just not being in your element. So that part was very difficult. I think I was overseas 9 months the first time and 10 the second.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you were really immersed
I was
in
really
everything very
over
quickly.
there.
So you wrote a book and it's called Surviving the Lights. It helps aspiring professional athletes and their families avoid the curse that oftentimes comes with the professional sports culture.
Yeah.
What is that curse?
Well, we see the media. We see the news, and you see so many of these elite, talented athletes achieve a high level of success only to see it falter and not know how to move on with their lives. And it's like, even despite what we see in the media, you see many professional athletes fall into that same pit, into that same hole, trying to figure things out. And so I wrote that book. It was really inspired from my experiences with athletes who just really don't understand how to navigate what comes along with the game, in hopes of helping more of them avoid that curse.
Yes, as much as they're hearing it, they need to continue to hear it.
Absolutely.
So why don't college athletes prepare to be professionals like they prepare to be professional athletes?
That is a great question, and I do address all of those things in the book, which is very timely, and this is how the Lord works. Because now we're talking about NIL, name, image, likeness, and all of these other laws and rules that are allowing these athletes to now make money in college. So this idea of treating it like a business is front and center. They have to. We are more sophisticated as athletes, and we have to meet them where they are and make sure they have the tools they need to succeed.
It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
Why do athletes invest in their talent but not their life? I mean, don't they know that their playing days will like come to an end? Like there's an expiration date for especially athletes, unfortunately. The body can only take so much.
Yeah, one reason is the time it takes up. It's very hard to even think about planning for something else outside of the game because you spend so much time immersed in that culture. You're traveling, you're dealing with the sport media, you're practicing, you're rehabbing injuries, you're playing. And so that alone makes it hard for them to think of anything else, which is why it is so important for individuals like myself who support them and have an influence on their lives to give them this roadmap
to have
figuring out.
multiple streams of income,
Absolutely.
not just
That's the way to
you're
wealth.
playing, right? Exactly, exactly. So what should an athlete be doing to be a professional on and off the court or the field?
Yeah,
Tywanna?
they should be investing in their personal skill set.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. Playing is fine, that's cool. But if you think of the most successful athletes, they're also successful business people.
Yes.
Right? They communicate very well.
Yes.
They're very astute to have a team around them to help direct them on the things that they need to do. So you don't have to wait until your playing days are over to
It's
do
so
that.
true.
that's
And
what I'm
like
trying to
perfect
encourage them.
examples of that, I would say, is a LeBron,
Yes.
a Shaq.
Awesome example.
Yes. Steph Curry.
Yes.
They're doing Michael Jordan.
multiple
You know
things.
what I'm saying? They're doing so many different things, but then they have the advice of professionals to make sure that their wealth is invested properly.
Absolutely.
Right. It's so important. So why do so many NFL and NBA athletes struggle to lead productive, successful lives when they retire?
Yeah, you know, for one, there is no structure around this side of the game, right? You understand coaches, you understand agents and attorneys and accountants and the specialized expertise that they offer. But when it comes to managing and helping them figure out for themselves individually, right? What works for one athlete may not work for another one.
Right.
There is no structured system for that currently, but I am currently pursuing my doctorate at the University of Memphis, and that is my research area. How do we put this type of structure in at the collegiate level so that they are sewing into that area of their lives?
That's incredible. Now, I will say recently, probably this past last week, a friend of mine, they signed to a professional organization.
Yeah.
And one of the requirements, the mandates now, is that they have to take wealth management classes before they can get their money.
Yes.
So that's so important that they're starting to put those things in place so that you don't become rich and then lose it. You know, by the time you're off the court, you know, then all the cars and the houses and all that stuff start going away.
Absolutely.
It's been such a pleasure sitting here speaking with you. Best wishes to you on working on your doctorate at University of Memphis. Yes. And we will hopefully see you back here again soon.
You surely will.
All right.
Thanks,
God
Queen.
bless
I
you.
appreciate
We're going to be right back with Melanin Monday.